Welcome to Inside NRC. I'm your host, Michael Atkinson. This is a new program we're going to be bringing to you in 2016, where we'll take a deeper look at the Buildcorp National Rugby Championship. We'll review and preview the McInnes Wilson Lawyers Brisbane City and Bond University Queensland Country games, as well as take a look at some of the players who are lighting up the competition. Joining me for episode 1 on the couch, we have Brisbane City captain Sam Talakai and Queensland Country skipper James Bobby Tuttle. Gentlemen, thanks very much for being here.
Okay, thanks for having us.
Semi, mate, we'll start with you. Brisbane City, 2 seasons, 2 championships. You're undefeated in 2015. Actually haven't lost since round 7 in 2014. You're on a 14-game winning streak. Tell everyone, what's the basis of the Brisbane City success?
I guess the main thing we've really focused on Brisbane City's 3 aspects. One of them is hard work. We enjoy success, but from the hard work that we've put in on the field and off the field as a squad has really, I guess, kept the team together, kept the team tight. And we've welcomed in players from all over Brisbane and some from Sydney as well, and they've fit into our culture pretty easily. And I guess that enjoyment guys have been given the opportunity to step into a position where, they have to perform, and the boys in Brisbane City who've had the opportunity to do that have really stepped up, and I think from that comes, our success, and that's pretty much going to be the basis for our squad moving forward in 2016.
Bobby, from the country point of view, obviously not as much success as your city cousins. You've been there from the beginning. What do you think it is that's held country back?
I think for us, we've just struggled to keep players on the park. Even last year, we had a pretty good squad, and we really struggled with injuries in the first 2 rounds. So our depth was, shown there, and we didn't really step up to where we should be. But in saying that, we've got a really good squad this year, a lot of depth, and great coaching staff. So I think we can, improve a lot on what we've done in the past 2 years.
You mentioned the coaching. Prospects are very positive for country for 2016, headed up by that strong coaching unit with Toto Kefu, assisted by Thorne and Jason Gilmore. What are they going to bring to country in terms of attitude and gameplay and culture?
Yeah, so Gilly and Thorny, they've worked together this year already with the Reds under-20s, and we saw the success with them taking out the championship. And Toto brings sort of a calming influence on the players, and he puts a lot of onus on the squad to take control of their actions and take control of the gameplay and the shapes and things like that. So he's sort of watching in the backgrounds and not saying too much, but picking his right times when he needs to chime in and address the side. And having Thorny there as well in the playing group is sort of a different aspect, having a player coach. And I think from the past 2 sessions we've had, it's been a really good change. Changes
to coaching also for City, Sam, with Nick Stiles stepping away after 2 very successful seasons. His assistant coach, Rod Cyber, is going to take over as head coach. Will much change with him taking the reins, given he was an assistant coach previously?
I think Cyber will slot in very easily. It's just up to the playing group to come together as quickly as possible, so we can get some good performances early on in the competition to get us a head start in the NRC.
Speaking of the playing group, there's been a fair turnover of personnel from the players' ranks as well. I mean, in the last 2 seasons, you've said goodbye to Liam Gill. Higginbotham's not coming back. McDouling, Browning, Schatz, those guys are all gone. You're unlikely, you would think, to see Samu much of this campaign because he'll be with the Wallabies. Is that going to be a hindrance to you guys defending the title?
It is, but it isn't. Those guys do leave us with, their experience. I mean, like you said, those 6-7 players have a wealth of experience internationally and, at Super Rugby level. So that will hinder us a little bit. But in saying that, there's opportunity for other guys to stand up. Michael Gunn is a person who didn't get much game time through injury last year. He'll step up. He had a great first season with us at Brisbane City. And, I think he's a player to watch moving forward. And guys like, Alex Gibbon, Chris Kurandrani, those players will have to stand up in this NRC, and those players are looking forward to doing that. Not only are they going to give us a chance, to push forward in our 2016 campaign for Brisbane City, but beyond this, it gives them a chance to set them up for Super Rugby next season.
Bobby, massive news last week with the announcement of the Queensland Country squad. You mentioned it before, Brad Thorne's going to be returning to the playing field, That'll be a huge boost for obviously for your chances, but also what does it do for those younger guys who are going to get to train with him each week and play alongside him on Saturdays and Sundays?
Yeah, it's amazing having him, not just as a coach but as a player around the group. He's a player that blokes look up to, and they would have seen him play for pretty much their whole childhood growing up, and now getting the chance to strap on the training boots and run out beside him during training and then onto the games on the weekend. It's just amazing.
The squad as a whole has got a really good mix of youth and experience. I mean, from the experience side, you've got Saif Inga and Ben Daly, who've played for the Wallabies and nearly 100 games each for Queensland. And then the lesser-known guys, you've got live wires like Isaac Fines-Lelawasa and University centre Josh Birch. Yep. Who are some of the guys that we and the fans can keep an eye out for in the Queensland Country jersey this year?
Yeah, as you said, there's a lot of experience there. I think our front row will probably be one of the better front rows in the comp. I think we can build our game around that. And you're having, like, as you said, Saya, Ben Daly, and you got young Seth Fagasi and Taniela Tupou as well. But yeah, we do have a good mix of club players as well. As you said, Finesy's been killing it all year for Sunnybank, and Birchie's been really solid for University at outside centre. So I think when those guys do get their opportunity, I think they're going to go really well. And I'm still looking forward to see some of the Reds players go around as well, like Edo Nabuli. We saw glimpses of what he can show in the red jersey this year. And I think with a bit more game time in the 15-man code, he's just going to improve and improve.
Yeah, it'll be good to see him out there for Queensland Country. And the Slim Reaper, they call him, Apasai Nyobo from North. It'll be good to see those two Fijian powerhouses running around for Queensland Country at some point.
Definitely. Appy's, an older head, he's over 30, and he plays just like that Fijian flair that we saw at the Olympics with the Fijian seven side. So I think if those two can link well in the game, anything's really possible.
Well, it all kicks off this weekend. Like, it's hard to believe it's on top of us already, but it is only a few sleeps away. Brisbane City kick off their campaign on Saturday away to New South Wales Country. There's been some really great clashes between the two sides over the years. You met in a semi-final in 2014 and obviously you guys won. I think it was 6 points. They're looking pretty strong this year. They've picked up a number of the Sydney Uni guys who would have previously represented the Stars. What are your thoughts heading into the game this weekend, facing the Eagles away and kicking off the season down there?
Yeah, they'll have a big, strong forward pack with a lot of Super Rugby experience. Guys like Tolu Latu will be there, Paddy Ryan will be playing. And in their back line, they've got, a wealth of, young up-and-coming talent. Dave Horwitz is there, Andrew Kellaway. It's all about going down there and just, enjoying the occasion. It's an opportunity for the club players. First time they get to play at a level higher than what they've been playing, for the past 4 or 5 years. And some of them are really looking forward to that challenge, playing with guys like Frizz and Reddy. It's an opportunity for them to showcase what they got, and that's what the NRC is about, and that's what Brisbane City's about. And, for us, we're backing ourselves to go down there and put a performance in that we're really going to be happy with. Like we said before, a lot of teams are going to be out for us this year. We're not worried about that. We're worried about ourselves and what we can do as a squad. So I think for us this week, we're backing ourselves to go down there and get the win.
And of course, you can catch that game live on Fox Sports on Saturday afternoon, kicking off at 3 p.m. A pretty tough first up assignment for Queensland Country. You're at home at Bond University on the Gold Coast. You're playing last year's grand finalists, the Canberra Vikings. They're looking strong again, plenty of Brumbies through their squad. What are you expecting from them? Do you think they'll be as strong as they were last year?
I think they will. I was just sort of looking through their squad earlier today, and they've got talent all over the park. Ben Alexander up front, blokes like Jared Butler, Jordan Smiler in the back row, and you got blokes on the wings, Nigel R. Wong, Henry Spate looks like he's going to play this weekend, and you got Aidan Toa at the back. So they're pretty much a Super Rugby side running out on Sunday. But we're going to go down to Bond with a good home crowd, and we've prepared well the last 2 weeks we've been together. As I said, with the new coaching staff, we're really excited to get on the park, and I think the blokes that we do have, they're really going to step up on Sunday, and we just really can't wait to get out there in front of a home crowd and put a number on these blokes.
Yeah, that will be a massive game down at Bond University on the Gold Coast. You can buy tickets for that match through redsrugby.com.au, but if you can't get down to the Gold Coast, you can tune in on Fox Sports. It'll be coverage live at 3 p.m. on Sunday. Righto, boys, it's time for a little bit of fun. It's time for Fast Five. So we're moving on to Fast Five, which is just going to be a little trivia segment we'll do each week, and we'll test Brisbane City versus Queensland Country with the players that come and join us every week on the show. First thing we need to do is we need to get the boys to test their buzzers. Sammy, if you wouldn't mind grabbing the little grey figurine in front of you, and Bobby, if you can grab the round one there. Sammy, if you can just test your buzzer for me. Excuse you, mate. Bobby? Righto, they sound like they're working. You boys ready for some Fast Five? First question, who was the leading try scorer in the NRC in 2015? Sammy?
Junior Laloifi.
Spot on, mate. Be a little bit disappointing if you didn't know that one, to be honest.
The Prince.
The Prince. 1-0 to City. Second question, how many games did Brisbane City lose in the regular season in 2014? Queensland Country.
2.
It was. Well done. 1 apiece. Next question. Apart from Brisbane City, who's the only other team to go through the home and away rounds undefeated?
Rising.
The Rising. Very quick on the buzzer there.
The Nev. Caden.
Who is the most capped Queensland Country player in NRC history? Bobby?
Myself.
Question
in. That's ridiculous.
It is Bobby with 16 caps.
I hate
Very well done. Last question. The deciding question. What Hollywood blockbuster based on a comic book is currently being filmed?
Thor.
Thor. Clutch from James Tuttle, giving Queensland Country the win in round 1. Very well done. There we have it. Queensland Country off to a winning start in 2016. Gents, thanks very much for joining us for the very first episode of Inside NRC. I wish you all the best for the weekend ahead and, of course, for the season as well.
Thanks, Echo.
And, of course, thank you to the fans for tuning in to Inside NRC. We're really excited to be bringing you this program this season, where we'll continue to take a deeper look at the Billcorp National Rugby Championship. Make sure you tune in to Fox Sports at 3 p.m. on Saturday to watch Brisbane City up against New South Wales Country. And on Sunday, get down to the Gold Coast to watch Queensland Country take on the Canberra Vikings. Or if you can't get down there, tune in to Fox Sports for that game. It kicks off at 3 p.m. as well. We'll be back next week to take a deeper look inside NRC.